All right, Shalom. First of all, giving all praises, glory, and honor to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Much love, peace, and blessing to all you hopeful elect brothers out there that's pushing this truth across the four corners of the globe. All right, this the brother Naba Ayash at the GMS Indianapolis camp. Coming another episode to get your mind right. Today we're going to be dealing with beware of Esau Dainties, meaning his luxuries, his delicacies that he's putting out there to try to entice you to get this jab. Because a lot of y'all are sitting down and partaking of Esau's delicacy because you don't want to lose your life for what you think is a way of life or what you think is beneficial to your life. So what you'll do is you will fall victim to his schemes and his lies. Esau tell you, hey, you go down here and get this jab, I'll give you $1,000. Why? Because you're afraid to lose your life. You're afraid to turn your back on this society because you may have some type of status or reputation, or you done built up a name for yourself here in this Babylonian society. So instead of you having faith and believing and trusting in the Lord's words, you better sit down and eat with Esau. You see what I'm saying? Partaking of his wickedness, getting full of his sorcery and witchcraft and adultery and idolatry, and just playing out evilness. You see what I'm saying? So this is Proverbs chapter 23. I'm going to start at verse 1. And it says, when thou sittest to eat with the ruler, because a lot of you Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans, you heathens out there, y'all sitting down and eating with the ruler. You're partaking of his ways, his philosophies, his ideologies. You're eating of his beast system. Why? Because you're scared to give up the things in this world to please YAHAWASHI, because you don't have faith. It said, when thou sittest to eat with the ruler, consider diligently what is before thee. And a lot of y'all are not considering diligently what is before you. Okay, if I partake of this, then there's a chance that I could do this, or it's a chance that this might not happen. Y'all not sitting down and thinking about the price of your life. You just sitting down and you looking at all the glitter and glamour that Esau putting in your face, and you're falling for it and partaking of it hook, line, and sinker, instead of weighing the consequences or the outcome. Man, it's obvious. You see people dying that's taking these jabs, but yet you're so in fear and torment, or you want to keep living that delicious lifestyle, whether you got a Maserati or you just bought you a Honda Accord or whatever the case may be. You scared to lose your, matter of fact, let me get this precept. Spirit telling me to get it. This is Matthew 16, and I'm gonna start at verse I'm gonna start at verse 23. But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou savorest not the things that be of YAHAWASHI, but those that be of men. And that's what a lot of you Israelites do, you Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans. You're not savoring the things that's of YAHAWASHI, like eternal life. You're not savoring the things of YAHAWASHI, like salvation, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You see what I'm saying? It said, but those that be of men. It said not the things of YAHAWASHI, but those that be of men. That's why you have people like Captain Desirous that sold his soul. They went down there and took that jab. Why? Because he's savoring the things of men. He's scared to lose on this side. But yet, in actuality, you gaining because you living with YAHAWASHI. That shows you that that's a man that's not right in the spirit. And there's plenty more examples after, like Sakari. Now it's a big hoopla about King David sitting on the throne. We all know King David gonna sit on the throne. You see what I'm saying? You talking crazy about the men of the Lord. That goes to show you that you savoring the things of Esau, the so-called white man. You fear him. You don't fear YAHAWASHI. That's why y'all doing these outrageous and outlandish things, because you don't fear the Lord. You fear the white man. See what I'm saying? You done sat down with the ruler and didn't consider diligently what is before you. All you know is you took that bag. He put that cash right there in your face, and you said, "To hell with the truth. I'm going to pretend like I'm still in the truth, but in all actuality, I'm not." You see what I'm saying? Reading on in Matthew 16, this is verse 24, "Then said Yahawashi unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me." Meaning what? You got to put all the things of the world to the side. You got to deal with your afflictions. You got to deal with the trials and tribulations that come with this truth to serve YAHAWASHI. You got to deal with all that to try to prove yourself, to show yourself worthy for YAHAWASHI's mercy and grace, and ultimately salvation. Getting beamed up on a chariot. It takes hard work to try to get beamed up on a chariot. That's why a lot of y'all just say, "Hey, the hell with it and sell out." You see what I'm saying? You're not trying to serve the Lord. Bear with me 1 second. You're not trying to serve the Lord out of honesty and sincerity. You see what I'm saying? You got a ulterior motive. You got a hidden agenda. It says, verse 25, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake will find it." See what I'm saying? Only the men of the Lord is going to find his life with YAHAWASHI. Why? Because we're trying to seek the Lord. We like the hell with this world. The hell with the jab. The hell with the Maxine. The hell with following his idols. The hell with his philosophies. We're not selling our soul. Real men of the Lord don't sell their soul. That's only you fake prophets out there, you fake Israelites. Y'all are the ones that sell y'all soul, just like the celebrities. Like Lil Nas X. Now he run around doing acting like he's pregnant. For what? Publicity stunt. You see what I'm saying? Because why? He didn't sit down and consider diligently what was before him. He fell victim to Esau's traps and snares. And you got a lot of celebrities that's, why you think they're rich and famous? Because they sold their soul. You see what I'm saying? They don't care nothing about the Lord, man. It's all about self. You people are selfish. After everything YAHAWASHI has done for you Israelites, you got Israelites that's actually selfish. That's not even trying to please the Lord. They could care less if the Lord died on the cross for them. And it shows. It shows. Look at the doctrines they teach. Flat earth. The MOB is sleeping with white women, or John 3:16, or eating potato chips. Eating Pringles cream and ranchy potato chips. See what I'm saying? King David is not going to sit on the throne. Those are people that have no integrity, that sold their soul. They're steady sitting down and eating with Esau. Back in Proverbs 23, in verse 2, it says, "And put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetite." So if you're so quick to be greedy of the things that Esau has to offer, the Lord said, "You better put a knife to your throat. Kill yourself, nigga." Instead of falling victim to the world. Because the scriptures say, what if a man profit if he gain the whole world and yet lose his soul? A lot of y'all don't think about that. You so quick to sell your soul to gain the world, you don't care about the consequences and repercussions. You don't care about the judgment of YAHAWASHI. All you want is the now. I gotta have it now. Like it's a J.G. Wentworth commercial. It's my money and I want it now. instead of having faith and storing up your treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not corrupt. You see what I'm saying? You're not trying to seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. You see what I'm saying? Y'all don't believe in the Lord, man. It said, verse 3, be not desirous, here's the point, be not desirous of its dainties, for they are deceitful meats. See what I'm saying? Be not desirous of his dainty, be not desirous of his dainties. Those are his luxuries. Those are his delicacies that he's putting out there. Go get the jab, I'll give you $1,000. Go get the jab and I'll give you a brand new car. Joints for jabs and all this nonsense. And you people are falling for it. You're the perfect candidates to take the MOB. The perfect candidates. Why? Because you don't believe in the Lord, so you might as well follow Esau, the so-called white man. Only the men of the Lord are willing to lose their life for the Lord's sake. Just like you go to work and they tell you, well, in order to keep your job, you got to take this vaccine, or you got to take the jab. Guess what? Men of the Lord were like, okay, well, walk out the door. The hell with it. Well, I'm sorry, you can't keep your job unless you go get vaccinated right now. Well, let me sign my papers to quit. I quit. Let me turn in my termination papers. Only the men of the Lord has that mentality. You people out there don't have that mentality. A lot of you Israelites, you 2/3, you don't have the mentality to be willing to walk away from everything for the Lord. That's why y'all gonna burn in nuclear fire. Rightfully so. What's been the motto? Let this bitch burn. You see what I'm saying? Let it burn. It says, be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat. And a lot of y'all is desirous of his dainties. That's why you sell your soul. That's why you willing to compromise yourself. You willing to take a ride in your butt just to get a bag of money that's gonna be obsolete real soon. Don't you know they about to get rid of the dollar bill? Why you think everything's going digital? To set you up for what? The MOB. Then what you gonna do when they implement the MOB? A lot of y'all gonna take it. Because like the scriptures say, be not desirous of his dainties, you still want to live that luxurious lifestyle. Oh, I'm not willing to give up my Bugatti, so I'm gonna go down there and get that MOB. I'm not trying to be homeless. I gotta pay my mortgage, so I'm gonna go out there and get that MOB. You see what I'm saying? You rather desire Esau's dainties, meaning his luxuries and his delicacies, instead of trusting in the Lord, man, to take care of you. The Lord ain't never let his men down. You can read all throughout the scriptures how the Lord always had our forefathers back, just like he got our back right now. I know, I'm a living witness. I know the Lord got my back. See what I'm saying? That's why you'll never catch me selling out. Matter of fact, Romans chapter, one of my favorite scriptures. Romans chapter 8. In Romans chapter 8, verse 35. It said, who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach, YAHAWASHI? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I am persuaded. Remember the scriptures say, let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind, right? It said, for I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, which is in Hamashiach YAHAWASHI our Lord. So can none of this separate you from the love of YAHAWASHI? That means what? The MOB don't stand a chance. That's an easy decision then. That's an easy decision. Either you take this or die. Kill me then. See what I'm saying? That's the mindset you gotta have, man. See what I'm saying? So you Israelites out there, man, hey, quit falling for Esau Dainties, man. Stay away from his dainties. I mean, stay away from his luxuries. Stay away from his delicacies, man. Don't let him fool you into taking his jab by dangling that carrot in front of your face. You see what I'm saying? So with that, Shalom.